On this life flight, a fishing trip ends in disaster. The race to save a mother and her unborn child.
Need to get her blood pressure under control, which is life-threatening for her and the baby.
And the life flight team join police at an incident on a remote farm.
He doesn't really know what's happened.
When emergencies strike, time, distance, and the men and women of life flight can be the difference between life and death. This is life flight. Life Flight's air ambulance is equipped to respond at an hour's notice to medical crises throughout New Zealand. This morning, preparations are underway for a time-critical mission.
Requesting clearance to Hokitika as filed at Flight Level 160.
Flight nurse Goldie Pask is on her way to help a fisherman who got in trouble over 80 kilometres out to sea.
We're off to Greymouth, Grey Hospital. I'm going off to pick up a guy down there who's was down there on a fishing trip and he had a heart attack. My concerns would be to make sure he doesn't exert himself because he's still got that blockage in his heart there, so anything could bring on that chest pain again.
Captain Alistair Matthews and First Officer Sean Miller are flying the life flight plane while crewmen Ryan Hassan and Goldie will focus on the critically ill patient.
It's very, very important to get them back to Wellington because Grey Hospital is a little hospital. They can cope with them for a little while, but they won't be able to do any angiograms or stenting or anything like that, any treatment for him. So he needs to get back to Wellington to get on to the treatment.
Well, we will be on the ground at 14:25.
In Hoki at 14:25.
Yeah, that's the one, thank you.
Bristol, we'll see you there.
Cool, thanks a lot, bye.
The Greymouth runway is too small for the plane, so the team must fly to Hokitika, lengthening the journey.
You are thinking ahead all the time and just making contingencies sort of what if this happens, then where are we going? Obviously the west coast is a little bit more remote than some places, so you just think of your options should something go wrong.
Well, my concerns will be that he'll get more chest pain and the worst case scenario have a cardiac arrest.
You're setting them back? Yep.
The life flight team are often called to farm accidents where the isolated locations can cause delays that put lives at risk.
Copy, clear lift, 500 feet below, Kilo 01.
This time a farm worker has suffered an unexplained head injury. Pilot Dean Herrick, crewman Julian Byrne and intensive care paramedic Aaron Hartle are quick to respond.
The information that we've got at hand is it's a male and he's in and out of consciousness. It's important that we get there as fast as we can.
We're just going to drop some coordinates on your pages. Apparently this is a landing airstrip very close to the incident.
Yeah, Ross, with those Latin Long will be on scene in approximately 2-9 minutes, mate.
Is that the airstrip on the left?
Yeah, there's cops there at 12 o'clock coming up the road.
Are they out the back of the farm, did it say, or anything like that?
Didn't say. Yeah, g'day, we're located at our GPS waypoint. We've seen the police, we just flew over them. Is the patient located at the airstrip? Do you know that, over? He's not actually located at the airstrip, but he's nearby.
That's supposed to be the end of the road there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now the sun's getting to a point where it's hard to see.
I reckon just go and land.
Yeah.
You rip open in a quick chat, Aaron. I'll try and get comms on the sat phones.
The ambulance crew have been searching the road, but none of the information is adding up.
The cop was pointing up this way, wasn't he?
Yeah, it looked like it. But now he's also driving lights on the other way.
Bizarre.
Locals haven't heard anything, and the team are running out of time.
Okay, let's jump back in, Aaron. We're going to go and see that cop. They can probably see us.
Did you get that pager message?
Yeah.
something about up and over a hill as well.
Yeah, it was a little hill up here, so maybe it's over that ridge there he's talking about.
Got the cop down here, yep. He's waving out, pointing down here. Oh, here they are. Here they are, found them.
Mate, this is going to be soft as hell, sticking it down here. You'll sink right into it.
Meanwhile, the life flight fixed wing has made good time and the team are on final approach.
Slide it over. Holding on to it?
Yep. Hey, it's Ryan here from Life Flight Wellington. How you doing? Hey, we are just on the way in from Hokitika now, just to pick up Mr. Saville.
It all started with a strenuous 45-minute battle with a fish that got away. While the exhausted fisherman Jeff retired to the cabin, his mates carried on fishing.
Not a shark. Bring it on, mate.
It was only after they landed another tuna that Jeff told his mates he was having a heart attack. Jeff had to endure a 4-hour journey back to shore with no medication available to stop the heart attack. Jeff is now being stabilised by hospital treatment, but the blockage in the heart's blood vessels remain.
Hey, Alistair, we're just on the way back now from the hospital. It's about 35 to 40 minutes.
Fearing he was about to meet his maker, Jeff's first call was to wife Linda.
Very emotional and very lost, didn't know what to do.
She sort of wanted to transport herself down the airwaves and get there straight away, but it wasn't going to happen.
Linda rushed to her husband's side, but the relief of seeing Jeff again is tempered by fears that their ordeal is not over yet.
Right now, I feel like at any minute he could have another heart attack.
Rain in the Wairarapa has made ground conditions so wet, a landing could leave the Westpac rescue chopper stuck in the mud.
It looks really boggy, man.
Okay, hold on. What I might do is go over the fence there.
Might sink it a little bit, and left skid 6 inches above the ground, mate.
Yep.
And snowshoes on the ground, and down.
Cool, go for it, guys.
Cool.
We need to keep moving for daylight, okay?
Copy.
He's got a knapsack on his back from the sprain, you know, a hand pump.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I think he slipped over, I think.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's hit his head with his neck.
Right, okay.
Isaac was in the Canberra Raiders development squad until a heavy tackle left him with a back injury that ended his rugby league career.
Isaac, how are you feeling now? Weak? Yeah. Hey, where are you sore? Eh? In your neck? Okay.
The talented young sportsman has been trying to start over as a farmhand, but the accident has his boss, Farmer George, worried.
Been complaining of a head injury and a neck injury. He hasn't moved his left arm. It's concerning. Yeah.
So have you fallen? Do you remember falling? Have you slipped over with this backpack on your back?
He doesn't really know what's happened. That's just what I'm.
Okay. Has he had?
When he came to, Isaac staggered over several hills, found George and collapsed in his arms.
Sort of almost looked like he was having a seizure, like his eyes were flickering.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
In the South Island, keen fisherman Jeff's deep-sea fishing trip has been cut short by a heart attack that began while he fought a massive tuna.
That's to give you an idea about how big they are.
Jeepers, that's huge, eh?
Oh wow, it is, isn't it?
Would they bite you if you were in the water?
No, you don't look much like a hokey, do you? Those emotional recognitions that you're actually your mortality is right there in front of you is that's sort of devastating.
I can't imagine not being with him, so it's quite an emotional state to be in.
Jeff got a phone call from his daughter just before getting on the boat, informing him he's about to be a granddad for the 5th time.
Powerful motivator to want to survive, because you certainly don't want to die in a boat. Sort of it's 50, 60 miles away from shore. It's not an option you really want to consider.
So that's our little plane. It's a new one.
Everyone ready to move forward on 3, 1, 2, 3, sweet.
It's a nice couple.
Yeah.
We still know that there's that blockage there, and at any time at all, they're having chest pain, have another heart attack.
The muscles of Jeff's heart are already weakened, and another attack could cause a cardiac arrest.
Not a very good scenario up here. We're it, me and Ryan, we're the only two here. So we've got all the equipment, we've got CFib, we can do CPR, but I'll be very happy when we're back on the ground in Wellington.
Good afternoon, Evacuation.
Hello, can I please put a pager?
Lady, what would you like that to say?
Could it say Lima, Foxtrot, Whiskey, ETA, Wellington, 1725?
1011, that's 101.
Touching down in Wellington, Jeff is focused on the journey that lies ahead.
Cool, ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
The couple quit their 25-a-day cigarette habit after Jeff's first heart attack in the hope they would avoid their current fate.
I think I'll sleep better knowing he's here too.
Yeah, I'm sure you will.
You know?
In your own bed.
Just knowing he'll be here more than anything else.
Coming out now, mate. Just keep your elbows in again. Sweet. Cheers, mate.
Isaac, we're just trying to stabilise you, sweetheart. Awesome, man. Awesome. Just let go of your hand.
Squeeze my fingers. Squeeze my fingers.
Back on the farm, Isaac is showing signs of a significant injury after he staggered over several paddocks to find help.
Right, now this is going to be probably the hardest bit. It's like 1, 2, 3. Good man, Isaac. Good man.
You're all right, Isaac. You're all right, mate. You're all right.
Down. Good work, Isaac.
Constable Raywin Joblin directed the life flight team to Isaac.
Serious enough, obviously, because it looks like it could be a neck spinal injury sort of thing that needs to be dealt with immediately. And having life flight on hand is just absolutely awesome. Yeah.
He's a tough kid. He'll be all right. He'll bounce back. Yeah. Hopefully he does.
Alrighty, ready.
So the possibilities for this chap is that he's got a fractured neck. He could also have a head injury, but this also could be a medical event. So since he's been seen to have a seizure, we need to keep that in mind, that this is also a medical event that's caused the injury. So there's a few scenarios there.
Cleared 1,500 feet, below Eastern Point Gordon, Wilco, Capital 01. Capital 01 at the hospital, give us a call in a couple of minutes.
The 111 call for help and quick response of the life flight crew have given Isaac a fighting chance, but it will take time for doctors to discover the extent of his back and neck injuries. The call has gone out for life flight to help a pregnant mother and her unborn baby who could die without immediate specialist treatment.
Airborne Wellington.
Time is precious, so pilot Dean Herrick and crewman Colin Larson opt to pick up the obstetric team at Wellington Hospital.
Alright guys, everybody shit back there. And what's our flight time to Palmy going to be?
Oh, it'll be a good tailwind, so probably 30 minutes, I'd say.
Flight midwife Fiona Girdwood and flight nurse Helen Gardner are worried the woman has a condition called preeclampsia.
We're on our way to Palmerston North to collect a 24-year-old lady. She's 25 weeks pregnant and was complaining of a headache, and when they took her blood pressure she was found to be really hypertensive, which is really detrimental to her and the baby. Need to get her blood pressure under control. Otherwise she's at high risk of stroke or seizures, which is life-threatening for her and the baby.
You're nice and straight, baby.
In Wellington Hospital, Jeff is coming to terms with his life-changing heart attack.
I think probably the most unsettling thing that I thought coming in really was not being able to say goodbye.
Yeah.
We need to tell each other we love each other a lot more often.
Okay, Jeffrey, nice deep breath in.
Investigation by cardiologist Scott Harding soon reveals the blockage has occurred near a stent that was put in after Jeff's previous heart episode.
What we want you to do at this stage is important not to make any sudden movements because it can affect where we put the stent and there's not a lot of room for error.
This is a very important lesion. It's the sort of thing that can kill you.
So we're putting that stent in now, 12, 14, may get a bit of angina.
Fiddle in the hospital, Capital.
Meanwhile, the team have reached Palmerston North Hospital, ready to take charge of a pregnant woman with a life-threatening condition. Expectant mother Sarah may have to have an emergency cesarean if her blood pressure can't be managed, but at 24 weeks the baby's organs and lungs are still developing.
Hey, it's tucked in there, it's tucked in there.
Medics have made the decision to fly right away because transporting the baby in an incubator carries higher risks than travelling while it's still inside Sarah's womb.
We're monitoring Sarah's blood pressure along the way. It has risen a little bit, which is understandable. She is a little bit anxious. Although it has gone up, we need to make sure that she's still getting a good blood supply to the baby as well. So it's just a balancing act to make sure that both parties are getting all the blood that they need.
Helen, what time did you have that last BP?
Last one was 1:45, so I'm just cooking another one now.
So just that seesaw-y thing again, okay? Yeah.
Sarah is concerned with what the future holds for her unborn son.
Just that he could be delivered basically at any time. Very scary. Because he might not survive.
The couple have already named him Noel after Sarah's father, who died when she was 15 years old.
Just hopefully he can stay inside for a bit longer and be safer.
Now we're going to roll you over towards your left and I'm going to hold your head, all right? 1, 2, 3, go.
In the emergency department, farm worker Isaac is piecing together the events of the day.
Just felt a real hard hit on the back of my head. Then I think I went out unconscious, knocked out then, really scared when I had woken up because I thought that no one was going to find me. Yeah, as soon as I heard that motorbike, it had something in me just to get myself up and get some help.
Push me away. Push me away. Push, push, push. So I'm beating you. Come on, you're a strong guy. Push me away.
Registrar Adam Hollingworth is concerned at Isaac's weak response.
What's making you do it slowly?
I don't know.
Don't know. Okay.
Family have arrived and cousin Kaya is worried at what the future holds.
I was shocked. I think as soon as we got the call, we were shaking. Yeah, it's pretty serious.
Sore.
Sore. Was it sore everywhere?
Just with your hands.
There?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just went head and C-spine now. Do you want a spiral? Yep.
Fortunately, CT scans show no damage to the bones in Isaac's neck and spine.
We're moving towards your freedom, all right? I think he obviously had quite a serious injury. He fell over in the middle of nowhere, really, and banged his head, I think knocked himself out, and potentially had a life-threatening injury somewhere where no one would be able to get to him.
When I heard the life flight helicopter come flying over. Yeah, bring heaps of joy to my head. Heaps of joy.
If you're ready, yeah, go for it.
Doctors were unable to identify the cause of the seizures and gave Isaac the all clear to go home with Kea.
Pretty good that I get to walk out here tonight. Go have a wash.
Less than 24 hours after suffering a heart attack on a deep-sea fishing expedition, Jeff has had a stent inserted into his heart and is now up and about.
Look, I'm a new man, you know. It's just, yeah, I've got a sort of like a, well, shall we say a new lease on life.
Linda is greatly relieved with the change in her husband.
I just can't wait to go and sit down in our family room and have a cup of coffee with him and just have 5 minutes just to think about what's happened over the last few days. So, but yeah, got a husband back.
24-year-old Sarah's blood pressure continued to rise and doctors decided to perform an emergency cesarean. Both mum and baby have come through okay, but it was touch and go.
I didn't get to see him till 2 o'clock the next morning. Yeah, so that was a hard time. Roger brought photos and things like that with me because after I came out of surgery my blood pressure was really high and they were trying to get that under control.
Baby Noel is unable to breathe for himself and he faces another 4 to 6 months in neonatal care before heading home with his parents.
Love every little bit of you. Hey. Yeah.